All those reservations.
Yeah, I could do without all of that.
No, that's, yeah, I like to visit. Like I used to work with, no, with Ramstead.
Oh yeah, and
right outside of Kimo, yeah. Do you ski?
you know, I did when I was
Under better ease.
and then in college,
Right.
college.
He was big with yeah.
Snowboarding, I could do without.
Yeah, I never got into that.
I wish there was something else.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, they had a whole snowboard ski program at Morristown. They still had like a ski club. So even 7th, 6th grade, 7th grade, and then 8th grade, 9th grade, and then COVID hit, and that was it. I guess they started up
In the middle school?
Yeah, they still do it now. I think so.
Really?
Yeah. It was great. It was worth it. Every Friday for like 8 weeks. Yeah, Summit did it too as well through the town. But it was organized through the middle school. So like the bus would come to the middle school.
Okay.
Like Saturday mornings, all
Yeah.
the kids would be there. They'd get on, they'd go ski for a day, and then we'd bring them back to the middle school. And the parents would meet us there.
Are there any sort of simulations?
I don't.
Figure all our
Right, yeah, exactly.
On the slopes.
I don't know. It was the Summit Ski Club. And it was actually run by a teacher, Anne-Marie Flynn, who's, I don't know if you, I think she left long before, but she would run it. And she was sort of, but it was go through the board of recreation. So it was sort of, again, one of those sort of, it was in a gray area. The school didn't run it, but all the kids were in it, and then she would go out for a weekend. I was always a chaperone because you got to ski for free. And yeah, it was free hotel room. Yeah, it's great.
Skiing's expensive too.
Yeah, not used to that. I used to go on a couple of them too.
I mean, not at home, so I would always rent myself when I would go out there. And I would go skiing, whether it's playing in New York or whatever.
It's a little sunny and safer because you know you're getting that.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't want you to break your leg.
No. And the other thing is, if you're not using them regularly, for me to pile that stuff and just go once a year or something.
I eventually I bought myself skis. And
Yeah.
I went out to Colorado. You always want to have
like
your
a
own.
real-
Yeah, you always want to have your real gear.
Yeah.
I miss it. But,
Yeah.
he was into it. And his sister kind of was trying it. He wasn't as into it as he was, so I was hoping that we would all go start doing something. So, it's expensive. It says for it, isn't it?
Four kids and then
Yeah.
the lift and what?
Now, when he was just doing it, it was fun. Yeah, oh, easy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good thing about
That's a good deal.
yes. Because you got the gear, you got the food voucher. Yeah. Where if I took 4 of them skiing, it would be like an extra $1,000.
I also don't like now, skiing in Colorado. I don't like Poconos at a certain point in the year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, that transition,
Out there, depending on how much snow you have,
you don't even notice
worry
that.
about it. It's just, it does get obviously when the shadow starts to hit the mountain, being out there, it can get pretty icy. You're skiing 13, 14, 15,000 feet.
Right.
So there's no, when you go all the way up, there's no trees.
Yeah.
You're above the tree. So it's just these bowls and it's just snow.
Yeah.
But you have to be willing to sort of make that first 10 or 15, it's like about a 15-foot drop. And it's so counterintuitive because you kind of have to stand there on this. It's just, you're on the edge of it's a big volcano, right? So it's just, and you have to kind of be like, okay.
Yeah.
You have to lean forward. Well, that's why I stopped doing it. By the time I was about 25, 26, I think that was good.
I had a couple moments where I've been on the slopes and I'm just like action of descending
Yeah.
and thinking like,
Yeah, you just feel like you're a little bit on the edge of control. Yeah. You're right on the edge of, like, I'm almost out. Like, if something happened, right, if something happened right now, or if someone turned the wrong moment.
Yep.
Yeah. And I didn't even wear helmets. I can remember once I was, way before I came. Yeah, because my family went out there.
Brain injury, right?
Up in February. We'd always go to dinner, and I got off on like a Thursday. And beat the family up, so I had an extra night. So I was skiing on Friday up at Whiteface, all the way up where the Olympics were. And I'm skiing during the day, and then all of a sudden, it was very windy. And they decided, okay, we're going to open this track, so we'll take the gun. We're the first ones out. The gun's going like this. A couple of snowboarders, and like they strapped in, boom. They were I'm going to follow them. And then 15 seconds, just used to the edge. Like all of a sudden, and it's huge ice. And I'm heading for the trees at like 30 miles an hour. The snowboarders have decided to like sit for a minute. They saved my life because I just slammed into them. How are you? Good to see you. My oldest son, Will, the only one that's still in the will. The skater. Yeah, you can tell?
He's like, I don't know about the skating. I made him look up Rob Geary. That's my son, Danny.
I know, I was going to say, it was a family.
Nice to meet you.
John, how are you? Nice to meet you. Lifeguard. And my son's a huge Jets fan, so thank you for not getting all that stuff. No, you get Yeah.
The apple didn't fall apart.
No.
She's like, oh, great, there's two of them.
A baby?
How are you? This is my oldest Will.
Oh, you look just like that.
I think this one too.
Yeah, this one more.
Hi, Joanne.
It's my wife's name.
My wife's name Joe.
We're ready for the bathroom. Very awesome.
It's my son, Danny.
So is your agenda today? It's not. It's your wonderful Alexa. Have you lived in north? Yep. Oh, I don't even know. So
There's a lot of jobs.
Yes.
Reddington. Stanton Gray State. By the company.
I see everything. That's like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Cologne? How are you? Thanks.
It's right here. No gray hair. You played 200 of a life. Clean life. You're like the champion of clean life. What are you kidding me?
No, it's coming slowly. My brother's got, he's 4 years younger than me. He's got more than I do. So I give him credit. He thinks I color my hair.
No, I can tell. You can tell.
But it's getting there.
The boys.
All right, except Brett is out for, he's been sick this week, in and out, is there. They have their first game of the season tonight. See, we figured out, we were timing it in the morning, he was sick all week. And he's been sick all week. So he's been trying to get to
Respiratory or the stomach?
stomach.
Right. My little guy, same thing.
Puking,
Oh,
everything's going. And so he's been trying to get through it. It's just not going to go in there. So this morning he wakes up and says, well, I'm on board. That's it. So I'm like, okay, if you're going to play tonight, you got to be in school by 9:49. Because lunch doesn't count. So we do all the math, and we're like, get back to bed and wake up at 9:15.
Yeah. Didn't make it, huh?
9:15, he's like,
Yeah.
well,
he was going to try, but I was like, you can't eat in 4 days. You're dehydrated.
Exactly.
So my son played the last 2 nights, and horrible. Couldn't play the fourth quarter. Tears. He's only in 6th grade. He's like, I can't go back out there. You're our only point guard. You're the only point guard. Foot problem. So the two coaches both 2 nights in a row. You're right. I should have just. And then the coach was like, just leave me home. He was like, because then he wanted this.
This is better than New York.
I'm sure.
I'm like, you know what? Save that, save that energy for when you do want to play. Remember how pissed you were that you weren't playing?
Yeah,
That's right.
of course, that's true that he's been sick. They lost me. I probably should have played.
His nephew's the day after.
Oh, I did not see what was happening.
No, that is so sad.
I didn't see. I missed that, and I actually have no idea how I missed that.
This is a good personality. Yeah, yeah. 24 days of Christmas.
So what grade are you in? 4th? 5th?
Almost middle school.
You're at usually
We won't.
Sometimes.
His dad might have gone back one somewhere along the line.
They wanted to push me through. They're like, you know.
We had so much fun to do it again.
I tell everybody the first person I ever stopped was my high school principal. By myself, and he was like, Mr. Richfield, Mr. Lino, how about that license and registration? And he's talking to me, he's doing millions, and I go, my how the tide is turning. And he's a good guy, so I'm like, he's electrical, but it's just funny. I'm like, of all people, I gotta stop.
It's funny.
Didn't ask him, do you know why I pulled you over? Remember that time you kept me at the school?
Are you nervous? Should I yell at you? No. He's such a good guy, though.
We went to the bathroom party. He was the only one who was so like, come with this thing. Come. The other three were like, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, the old that.
Okay.
Thank you, Jared. What happened? You're doing on the court. Wow, yeah, actually.
Every time I wear a shirt and tie, yeah, it's the same thing.
I gotta go.
Going to court today? Going to court
Like,
today?
people, my grandma's all the time. I should have found my parents also buy it on the phone.
How does this look on the side camera?
Get this thing rolling in order. Secretary, you wish to
Good evening, everybody. Please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to the board meeting scheduled for Thursday, December 15th. Happy holidays, everybody. Please note that in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, I wish to announce that the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. Notices announcing the date, time, and place for this meeting were sent to all concerned individuals, associations, and sent to Union County local source in accordance with Chapter 231 of Public Law of 1975. And now for the roll call. Ms. Stanton?
Here.
Dr. Borak? Here. Ms. Miller?
Here.
Ms. Justice?
Here.
Ms. Cohn?
Here.
Vice President Cho?
Here.
President Colon?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, fantastic. We will go straight into presentations. You want to the SCF first?
Certainly, SCF is up first. They're all prepared and ready to go. You ready to do a slideshow here, so we're going to drop the curtain.
Hello everyone, my name is Dawn Rampel and I'm this year's SEF Grants Chair. I've been very busy with grants this fall. We've been very busy with grants this fall, and I'm privileged to be here tonight to share the results with you on behalf of the Summit Educational Foundation. We closely reviewed and approved an amazing wide range of grants this cycle and continue to be impressed by the thoughtful grant requests from our teachers and the administrators across all schools. This year, our committees were able to meet in person for the first time in 3 years, which was very exciting, for lively discussions, and in many cases, personally meet with teachers inside the schools to further discuss our grants. We're very pleased to announce the Summit Educational Foundation is awarding 26 grants totaling over $235,000 to the Summit Public Schools for the fall grant cycle. Before we share the grant details with you all, let's take a minute to reflect on how we got here. As many of you know, SEF began in 1986 with a small group of Summit residents and an idea. It's amazing to realize that this organization has been partnering with Summit Public Schools to create the possible for 36 years now. During this time, we've approved grants totaling over $10,250,000. And most importantly, together we have positively impacted countless students over the years. As I mentioned, there's many partnerships that contribute to this success, and I would like to recognize some of those people. First, I would like to thank our superintendent, Scott Huff, Director of Education, Dr. Joseph Cordero, Supervisor of Technology, Doug Orr, and Business Administrator, Derek Jess. Thank you for your invaluable guidance and continued support. I would also like to acknowledge this year's SEF President, Amy Burke, Co-Vice Presidents, Heather Thomas and Melissa Madden, and of course, Shelley Donnelly, who is the Assistant Grant Chair this year, as well as the entire SEF Board and Grant Committee members. Thank you all. But none of this happens without our wonderful teachers and supportive administrators who year after year submit creative and innovative grants. And finally, we would like to recognize and thank the families of the Greater Summit community for their continued support. It's through your charitable donations that we can continue this mission of supporting the district's curriculum and goals. The SEF is extremely proud to be involved in these partnerships, working together to support the academic, social, emotional needs of our students and staff on an ongoing basis. Thank you. So without further ado, the grants. The grants in this fall cycle are spread across 9 schools in a wide range of categories. Our grants will be presented to align with the district's focus across these 6 areas: culturally inclusive programming, math and language arts focus, STEAM, learning through innovation, social and emotional learning, and the learning environment. So now let's take a look at some of these grants that we've approved. This fall, we have one grant that falls in the culturally inclusive programming area. SEF will provide class sets for various books with diverse characters for a Jefferson special education class. These books will be read aloud to small groups as the students read along with their own copies, giving them the important opportunity to see themselves as main characters. We are also supporting the College Counseling Professional Development Grant. SEF has a long history with the district's college counseling efforts, beginning back in 2012 when we first funded the college specialist role, and continuing this year by renewing the Professional Development Grant. This account will be used to cover expenses associated with national conferences and many campus visits. we all recognize the positive impact that Allison Grill and her team have made over the past 10 years and are very happy to continue our support. In the areas of math and language arts focus, SEF will support 3 grants totaling $54,000. SEF is proud to continue the support of the district's Science of Reading curriculum by funding additional decodable textbooks for kindergarten and first grade. These books are already being used and proven to be successful with this group of students. And this grant will take it to the next level by ensuring that each classroom will have their own complete supply of decodable text. In addition to kindergarten and first grade, we will also supply a rich set of high-interest decodable chapter books for Jefferson third graders who may still need targeted phonics practice. And in the math area, we will fund multi-sensory curriculum and hands-on supplements for special education classes to reinforce math concepts and help create a connection to the skills that they're learning. Following last year's exciting STEAM innovations, the Innovation STEAM Lab grants, we were happy to see many STEAM requests again this fall. We have 6 awards in this category, totaling over $19,000. This cycle, SEF will be supplying funds to purchase plants and books for the rain garden project at the Franklin School. This project will not only improve a rainwater runoff issue, but also be incorporated into the science curriculum. We will provide a stipend for 2 middle school teachers who will oversee a student-run community service project to create an inclusion, diversity, and community-themed wall mural at the middle school. Also at the middle school, we will be purchasing new equipment, including webcams, studio lights, background screens, and video streaming kits to bring the filmmaking cycle classes up to current technology standards. At the high school, SEF is funding several grants in the STEAM category. The addition of a slab roller and clay extruder equipment will complete the creation of our very own Summit High School ceramic studio. SEF previously funded a 3D clay printer as well as a pug mill, and the combination of these grants will allow our ceramic students to learn and create by using authentic, up-to-date technical studio equipment. We'll also be funding a 12th grade advanced photography class experience at the Primuma Foundation in New York City, where the students will learn firsthand about tintyping photo processing techniques that they've learned in class. This spring marks the 50th anniversary celebration of Summit High School's Big Band Dance. SEF will help commission Summit High School alumni and noted composer Dan Ruffalo to write a piece for the band to perform at this event. In our Learning Through Innovation category, we are awarding 3 grants totaling over $37,000. Some highlights include funding 2 vision screening tools used to perform quick and accurate annual screenings for all students in our primary center and elementary schools. SEF will help to bring assessment kits and strategy guides for both fiction and nonfiction whole book comprehension to Jefferson and Franklin students. This tool supports evaluation of readers' responses and connects the findings directly to instructional strategies. It is currently being used at the other 3 elementary schools with great success. At Summit High School, students will trial a 12-month online subscription to Statista, which is a database containing over 1 million statistics on more than 80,000 different topics. This tool will be a source of supporting evidence for research papers and argumentative essays. We have all seen the importance of social and emotional learning, especially over the past few years. In this cycle, SEF is happy to fund 5 SEL grants totaling over $17,000. At the primary centers, we will supply each kindergarten classroom with a variety of regulation tools, like noise reduction headphones and boundary chairs, that can be used as needed to promote focus and attention to the students. The 4th grade at Washington School will pilot mindful morning tubs. This grant will use activities like magnetiles and geoboards as a hands-on alternative to traditional morning work. Students will touch, create, think, talk, and share while learning to problem solve and interact with their peers at the start of each day. SEF will also provide various games to the Washington School Kindness Club. The club's 4th grade peer leaders will use the games to offer a calm alternative for younger students seeking a less chaotic indoor resource experience. We will continue to support the very popular Certified Therapy Dogs. This program has been a wild success as Shelby and Mulligan have participated in Therapy Thursdays at the high school, Study Skills Days at the middle school, and the Read to Dog program at the elementary schools. We look forward to their even more extended role next year. Finally, we will be purchasing class sets of The Coffee Bean by John Gordon for the 12th grade health classes. The book teaches the story of resiliency and how to transform your environment, overcome challenges, and create positive change, a theme that will be used throughout the course. Our final category tonight is also our largest in both dollar amount and number of grants. This cycle, we approved 7 furniture grants totaling over $92,000. We are seeing requests for both full classroom furniture that provide collaborative learning environments, as well as requests for supplemental seating like floor desks and bounce chairs that add flexible seating options to the classroom. Some of the furniture grants awarded this cycle include flexible seating options for 2 kindergarten classrooms, a resource room at Jefferson, and the 4th grade classrooms at Washington. We will also support a pilot at Lincoln Hubbard's 3rd grade for adjustable sit-to-stand desks and stools. At the middle school, we are outfitting 3 full classrooms with flexible desks and chairs to encourage collaborative and innovative learning. Finally, we will provide specialized art tools for the elementary art classrooms. So, as you can see, from the wide range of approved grants across all district schools, Summit's teachers and administrators have once again found innovative and creative ways to enhance the education of our students and support the district's curriculum and goals. With the support of the broader community, SEF will continue to partner with the district on these goals and future initiatives, creating possible for our students. Again, I'm pleased to announce that the Summit Educational Foundation is awarding over $236,000 to Summit Public Schools for the fall 2022 grant cycle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And it goes without saying that the SEF partnership with the school district is stronger than ever. We thank everyone on the executive board, everyone who serves on the committee, and of course all the donors. We look forward to continued partnership. It's just remarkable what you're able to do for our community and our students, because all of this goes directly to our kids, and that's what counts. So thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to ask President Colon to come up and join me here at the podium, as well as Miss Amy Perchak, John Ross, and Ed Mishka. So a little special presentation tonight. Every once in a while, something unexpected happens. Sometimes extraordinary, and sometimes related to student safety. And as much as we try to prepare for such events, and we do, they're often unexpected. So in a school setting, we're very hopeful when things like this happen, that you have professionals who can think on their feet, who are trained, and really care about the well-being of our children. And that's why these 3 individuals are up here today. Last spring in March, a student was found unconscious and unresponsive in the hallway at the middle school. Miss Amy Perchak, after being alerted by one of the students, was first to respond, did an assessment, and began life-saving CPR techniques. Security guard Ed Mishko was not far behind with the defibrillator, and thanks to their quick actions, decisive decision-making, and their training, the outcome was fantastic and couldn't be better. Unbelievably, this past year, during a phys ed class at the middle school, a student went down again and was unresponsive and unconscious. And John Ross happened to be right at the right spot at the right time. John's background of EMT, lifeguarding and training, CPR, life-saving techniques was there for a reason. He responded again. Mr. Mitchell was right behind him with the defibrillator. And once again, the outcome was better than it could have been. Thanks to the swift actions, decisions, and certainly the deep, caring heart that all three of you have for our children, the outcome was great. And I thank you on behalf of the board and the school district for everything you do. Congratulations.
Before I jump into my comments, I will say that it hits a little harder when you're thanking people for saving lives versus things that occur in the normal course of a school day. And so I'd like to reiterate the thank you for going above and beyond for our children, and to I suppose to the greatest extent humanly possible. And so from myself and from our board and our community, we thank you. And also, I don't want to neglect a $250,000 check being written on behalf of the Summit School District either. So, and that's certainly not something that we take for granted. I am extremely appreciative of the work that gets done in the SEF. We see the end result here. What we don't see is the process that is rigorous to arrive at these grants. You can see the level of detail and also the enormous amount of work that goes into the fundraising effort and the events and the management of the foundation, the management of the money, etc. So it is an enormous amount of work. I fully appreciate it. Our board fully appreciates it. The administration and our community, so thank you. Thank you. You've already heard welcomes. You will hear welcome from me. Happy holiday season for all here. You want to do new hires? Oh, yeah. Sure. Let's do new hire before I jump into this. Let me get to where I am here in the agenda. Okay, so a motion to approve the donation from the Summit Educational Foundation. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porter?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Cologne?
Absolutely yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
There you go. All right, new hires.
New hires. All right, this is the part of the meeting where we celebrate our new hires that are joining our team. And most months we have quite an extensive list, so we only have one this month, so you get all the spotlight. So this new hire is Ms. Alyssa Roncalli. Miss Roncalli has spent several years with us as a classroom aide paraprofessional. Before that, I believe she spent some time as a cafeteria aide. And most interesting, she is a Summit High School graduate. But beyond that, Ms. Roncalli grew up in Summit and attended Jefferson Elementary School, where she will now be teaching. So you've come full circle, welcome back, and we look forward to your contributions.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak? Yes. Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Cologne?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for interrupting me for that important piece of work. Congratulations. Let's go. So I will now jump into my words, and I will welcome yet again for all who are here and remote. And I will, as I have in previous months, continue the theme of highlighting school initiatives throughout the district in my comments. And so today I'm going to focus on a new program at Jefferson under the leadership of Principal Natalie Farias. Ms. Farias recently created the program Praise from the Principal, which reinforces Jefferson's core values, encouraging students to be supportive, trustworthy, accountable, respectful, and safe. Throughout the year, any teacher or staff member can nominate a student who reflects these core values. Winning students receive a certificate, prize, and take their picture with Ms. Farias. Additionally, photos of these students are displayed on the bulletin board near the main office. Ms. Farias asked some of the award recipients how they felt about receiving this recognition, and a few examples of what they said were, "I was overwhelmed with happiness when I heard my name called twice because I couldn't believe 2 teachers picked me. I felt so proud of myself when I heard my name. It also reminded me of all the great things I've been doing. My heart was beating so fast because I was so happy and excited that I was nominated." November was the first month of this initiative, and more than 40 students were nominated by their teachers to receive this award. This has energized the students and staff members and has served as a way to communicate the core values in the Jefferson Jaguar community. And needless to say, this is an absolutely fantastic program, tying right into the district's commitment for social emotional learning and well-being. And I'd like to thank Ms. Farias for launching this initiative, so thank you. And since we're at Jefferson School, I also want to reference a ribbon-cutting ceremony that took place at Jefferson in November for the SEF Innovation Labs that were launched in the elementary schools at the beginning of this school year. Representatives from the SEF, Board of Ed, and district leadership were introduced to the many learning tools within the lab, including technology that didn't exist a generation ago. And there were 3D printers in the back that were molding a sign actually while we were there for the visit. The feedback from students regarding these labs has been resoundingly positive, and I have direct evidence of this positive feedback in the form of a 2-page, single-spaced letter written by a 3rd grade Franklin student requesting more school time in the labs. It's right here. The reasons cited by this student were the introduction of new science concepts, the enthusiasm and curiosity that comes from interactive and hands-on learning, and maybe most interestingly, the need to manage different personalities to complete group projects. And I'm honestly not sure that I could have written a better synopsis of the value of these labs than what that 3rd grade student wrote. And on that note, I will pass things along to Superintendent Huff for your monthly comments.
Thank you, President Cologne. Certainly that Franklin Elementary School letter was quite the read and clear evidence as to the immediate impact our SEF Innovation Labs are having on our children. And with that, the City Council recently, second vote, approved our planned bond issuance, which is going to lead to more STEAM opportunities throughout the district. I really want to thank Mayor Reyes, City Council, and everyone involved in the support of that bond initiative. We are really, really excited about what it looks like moving forward. Moving along to some announcements. Registration for new kindergarten and first grade will begin on December 19th. A press release will be sent out tomorrow, and it will be posted on our website. At Brayton Elementary School, in keeping with Brayton Basics, December is focusing on gratitude. Gratitude is pausing to notice and appreciate the things that we often take for granted, like having a place to live, food, clean water, warm clothing, friends, family, and even having a good school to attend. This month, teachers will be speaking with students about showing gratitude and taking time to recognize those things for which we all should be grateful. At Franklin Elementary School, former Franklin librarian Miss Lorelei Stohai was honored by former Franklin principal Miss Janice Tierney during a plaque unveiling at the Franklin Library for her 36 years of dedication and service to the Franklin and Summit School community. Thank you to the PTO for donating the plaque. You mentioned the third grade STEAM letter. Over at Washington School, the school-based therapy dog Ferdy is visiting regularly. Students enjoy participating in the Read to Dogs program on a monthly basis. You mentioned how Jefferson is spreading the kindness. They have a kindness tree where staff and students write random acts of kindness on a heart. The acts of kindness are announced during morning announcements and then posted on the kindness tree located in the atrium. And at the primary centers, for Wilson, thanks to the generous PTO, students will create special winter accessories such as snowflakes, bracelets, which can be wonderful surprise gifts for their families. Seeing that it's World Cup season, the middle school librarians have decorated the walls outside the library to reflect all the books they have on the countries that are represented in the World Cup. Moving along to the world of arts, congratulations to the cast and crew of She Kills Monsters at the high school and A Christmas Carol at the middle school for putting on 2 fantastic shows. As always, the level of production and the student talent did not disappoint. It was truly a remarkable season for all of our performances. Last night we had the high school winter concert. There was standing room only. It was outstanding. Once again, evidence as to the strength of our programs and the people who lead them. Many thanks to the Music Parents Association for sponsoring a visit from Broadway actor Jeff Crady. Students had the opportunity to discuss his career and experiences in theater and offered an opportunity to coach them in there to improve their singing and acting talents. And as always, a couple announcements for athletics. Boys cross country was named Group 3 state champions, North 2 Group 3 sectional champions, and Union County's Team of the Year. And along with that, Coach Neil Sharma, cross country coach Neil Sharma, was named New Jersey Coach of the Year by NJ.com. Quite an accomplishment. Congratulations. Our girls volleyball team named division champions and 2 all-county selections. We had 3 all-division selections, and Vivian Roberts set a team record for school record for 439 kills. And in the world of soccer, 5 players have all-state honors, 8 players have county honors, 6 players have division honors, and Sean Hendry was named regional All-American. Finally, for athletics, field hockey players Darcy Chapman and Lily Spinner were named first team to North Jersey Coaches Association. And before I conclude, I'd like to say, as we enter the holiday season, I'd like to wish everyone a happy and healthy winter break. I hope everyone has an opportunity to spend meaningful time with family and friends. And that concludes my report, President.
Thank you. And so we will go into, before we have our esteemed student board rep speak, we'll approve the superintendent's report and the HIV suspensions. Yes, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Colon?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Ms. Kifnitis, you are on the stage.
Hi, I'm Lenny Kifnitis. I am the Board of Education Liaison for Student Council. I'm here to inform you of the student happenings at Summit High School. The Student Council is hosting their annual Winter Fest on December 23rd in the gym. This is where students are allowed to celebrate the holidays with hot chocolate, music, and activities during their 3 periods. The Student Council is also hosting a holiday party this Sunday. We will be hosting more than 150 kids in the high school cafeteria and will provide them with coloring, pictures, and fun activities. The student council members are also encouraged to dress up for this party, and I really hope we see our student council president, Mark Drong, dressed as an elf. The junior class council also has a big event coming up. With the launch of their Defend the Hill Spirit flags, the junior class has partnered with Thompson Sporting Goods to produce these school spirit flags. And all money raised from the sale will go to supporting the class of 2024. Winter sports are off to a great start. The girls varsity hockey team won their season opener against Randolph and are deemed the team to watch as per NJ.com. The girls varsity basketball pack the stands is happening tonight. The home opener is against Scotch Plains Fairnwood. We're hoping Summit will pull out a win. The boys and girls swim teams did pull out a win against Scotch Plains in their epic home opener. Finally, the Summit High School Ski and Snowboard Club has several trips scheduled from January to March, and many students are excited for the upcoming snow sports. Spring sports meetings are happening as well. The lacrosse team has started holding captains practices that will continue until their upcoming season, and multiple sports have held interest meetings. The softball meeting actually happened after school today. PSAT scores were released on December 5th, and college is on everyone's mind, especially the seniors. Early decisions are rolling in throughout the month, with students accepted to Wake Forest, Tulane, UVA, and Boston University, among others. The main thing on everybody's mind, though, is the Argentina versus France World Cup final on December 18th. The majority of students are rooting for Messi and are hoping for an Argentina win, and have been streaming games in between classes for periods.
Just in between classes.
I can't speak for everyone. I hope you enjoyed your Summit High School Happenings report. Thank you.
And if you wish to head back home to study, please do so. Thank you and happy holidays. It's great to see her without a boot. That's a plus. Okay, we do have one revision to the agenda, so Secretary Jess.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. The one revision is under personnel, item B. We are removing the appointment of Neil Carosa.
All right, thank you for that. Committee reports. Let's kick off with Ed Committee. Ms. Justice.
The Education Committee met on December 8th from 3 to 4 p.m. for 60 minutes. Committee members in attendance were myself, Michael Colon, Joseph Cordero, Scott Huff, and Doreen Bavis. And we had one guest, Stacy Grimaldi. The special education update was provided by Director of Special Services, Doreen Bavis. There was a comprehensive update on all the special education programs and services. The district continues to provide breadth and depth in our special education programs and services, which serves 456 students from pre-K to age 21 this school year. The committee continues to see the value and importance of the daily instruction support provided by our committed professionals who assist daily in helping Summit students. The Unified program has grown from 15 partners and athletes to 72. That's the largest increase to date. Summit's REACH program, as of this school year, no longer partners with Rutgers because we have the opportunity to hire a clinician on staff to provide individual, group, and family therapy, provide professional development for staff, offer parents workshops as needed, and to consult on risk assessments. CPAC, the Special Education Parent Advisory Committee, has expanded to include parent representation from each school. Parent workshops this year included a virtual coffee, a two-part Nurture Heart for Parents series, executive functioning for elementary, middle, and high school parents, and orientation programs for our rising 6th and 9th graders. The special education team is working on transitioning our 18 to 21-year-olds back to Summit High School. There will be no interruption to their program, and with this move, it will provide expanded opportunities and include new work sites, including Talbot's, Village Trattoria, and Carpet Cove. Construction will begin this summer on the Planning for Life Skills classroom. Summit High School Principal Stacy Grimaldi presented 13 course proposals to the committee. Some of these proposals included advanced ceramics, broadcast journalism, classical myth, concepts of world language, entrepreneurship, creative industries, and music theory.
And the committee fully supports and recommends all of these courses. We have no other recommendations at this time, and our next meeting will be January 5th at 3 p.m. Did I miss anything? Any other board members have any questions? Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Cho, Ops.
The Operations Committee met on Monday, December 7th for approximately at 4:30 for approximately 90 minutes. The district members in attendance were Superintendent Scott Huff, Derek Jess, and Kathy Sarno, and the board members Melanie Cohn, Kelly Stanton, and myself. The first item discussed was the fiscal year 22 audit. Paul Lurch, the partner in charge of our district's accounting firm, presented the audit findings remotely to the committee. Conclusions were an unmodified opinion for the audit, no deficiencies noted. He commented how additional work was done on the grant spending from state and federal programs as required by regulations. No deficiencies noted on how the grant monies were spent by the district. The audit is not finalized, however, as a pension liability number from the state has been delayed. That something applies to all school districts in New Jersey. So everybody has been given an extension on the finalization of the audit. The following deadline is tentatively December 5th, 2022. We expect to get the pension number and finalize the audit and submit it with the state in sometime in January. While the audit is intended to be finalized and submitted to the state, I do want to note the outstanding work by our business department led by Derek Jess, Kathy Sarno, and Amelia Torres for their management of financials for the district. A clean audit report with no deficiencies noted is not easy, as school district accounting is governed by extensive regulations beyond the generally accepted accounting principles. Our district is definitely fortunate to have such a competent staff managing our school funds on behalf of the families in the district. Second item is a potential grant opportunity from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. There's $25 million in funding available to school districts and towns for recreation uses. The district has submitted applications for the proposed playground improvements at Brayton Elementary, Jefferson, and the Wilson Primary Center, along with the proposed renovations at the Tatlock Fieldhouse. There is a separate federal program related for school buildings and systems, and again, the district has submitted grant applications for the planned installation of the air conditioning at the Summit Middle School, and the recently completed work at the high school with the HVAC and the roof work, along with contemplated projects at Brayton Elementary for the windows and upgrades to the HVAC and the other schools. As noted by Superintendent earlier, the City Council has approved through their second meeting on December 6th the bond project for the STEAM innovation. Now, the next steps is a 20-day public comment period, which will end in January, and then the city will issue short-term notes for approximately $3.5 million to fund the initial costs until the long-term permanent bonds are issued later in the year. The Operations Committee will be meeting with EI, the project architect consultants, in January to discuss the project next steps, and obviously more information will be delivered to the public at the appropriate time. On the Pontonia Food Service update, we do have a year-to-date net loss of approximately $11,000 due to higher supply costs. However, there is a subsidy from the federal and state governments to offset the price increases related to the pandemic and supply issues in the amount of $79,343, which we've already received. This subsidy, however, is required to be accounted for separately from the operating statement at this time. So the monthly operating statements for the food service will continue to show a net loss, but at the end of the year, we are projecting a break-even or slight positive for the food service operations. The last item discussed was the pre-K tuition for the 23-24 school year. This is the half-day pre-K program. The current school year tuition is $4,200, and the proposed tuition for the 23-24 school year will be $4,600. The letter and information on applying for interested families will be sent out in the next few weeks. The board action item is the recommendation to approve the proposed 23-24 school year for the half-day pre-K tuition of $4,600. And the next meeting will be on January 9th at 4:30 p.m. Committee members, Kelly and Nolan, Derek, anything else? Board members, any questions?
I think I know the answer to this, but it's worth asking again. So the pension liability accounting, that should not have any impact on our financials.
Correct, it does not. That is those numbers come 100% from track, based upon the Department of Pensions information, so that's nothing to do with us. We're just required to show it in the financials.
Okay. Thank you. And also thank you for leaving no stone unturned with respect to seeking state and federal funding for all manners of things, recreation space, HVAC, food and beverage, anything and everything. So thank you for pursuing those dollars on behalf of the budget and community. Okay, thank you, Mr. Cho. Policy did not meet. Ms. Cohen, is that correct?
Yes, we had no new policies to review, so we did not meet. But we do have some second reads on the agenda, as listed in the agenda.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. We move to communications.
Yes,
Ms. Miller.
we did meet. Happy holidays, everybody. On December 6th, the committee met. Besides myself, were Jan Cho and Kelly Stanton from the board, and from the administration, Scott Huff, Lorraine Callender, and Doug Orr was absent. We should all know that he had a problem with the curb, and the curb won. So he was getting a boot on his foot at the time. We wish him well. We reviewed, as always, our previous and ongoing projects and communications. So just to recap for all of us, the district's weather communication was sent to families as planned. The district app has been sent to the app approvers, all those approving parties. The next coffee with Board of Ed President and Superintendent is being scheduled, and communication will be forthcoming in the new year. And obviously with the passage of the bond infographic will be created for the website, and the committee will have ongoing discussions about how to best communicate and remain transparent throughout the construction process so that everybody has clear and easily accessible information about our facilities and programmatic improvements. We next were told that a press announcement for kindergarten registration would be going out tomorrow, and I believe it is going out tomorrow. So everybody should look for that, but it was already announced here that registration opens on Monday, Scott?
Correct.
And finally, Anna Ventosa is working with Lorene to create for 5th grade students a world language video. The purpose is to help the students with their world language placements as they enter the middle school. So the video will feature students, it will feature teachers, it will be upbeat and lighthearted, as we know Lorene usually wears. She's left us, as I'm complimenting her. Her videos are always very upbeat, and this is intended to inspire and delight our students as they choose between Spanish and Mandarin, and Go Latin, and all the other world languages, French, etc. And that will be coming well in advance of placement discussions, which begin in January.
Correct.
That was it. We have no recommendations. We will meet next on January 3rd in the new year. Did I miss anything? Just down the journey. Any questions? All right, that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. And before we get to liaisons, negotiations committee was busy during the last month. So the committee met 3 times, actually, to prepare for discussions with the Summit Educational Association, so the teachers union here in Summit. So 2 preparation meetings and 1 meeting with the union. And I would say that I believe very professional initial meeting. I thought it set a good tone for the conversations in the coming months. And I look forward to achieving the best outcome for our community as well as for our educators. And so that process will be ongoing, and I'll keep everyone posted with respect to that. And liaison reports. Any liaison reports for the month?
I participated in the SEF grant meeting last week. And I'll just add to all the comments, obviously the result of the meeting has been presented, but having a ringside seat and sort of how the sausage is made, so to speak, it's always impressive. And I think for the public, the thoughtfulness, the diligence, and the rigorous that the grants committee does in terms of reviewing the submissions, they should know that their dollars in support of SCF is very well managed and well spent on behalf of the district through the hard work of the SCF board and the grants committee and all the parents involved.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. Anything else with respect to liaisons? Okay. So we will move into public comment. So I always ask our fearless board secretary, Mr. Jess, to go through the ground rules here, and then we'll jump right in.
Thank you, Mr. President. Anyone wishing to speak shall first seek recognition by the presiding officer. Please come to the microphone and state your name and address in a clear, audible tone for the record. All comments should be directed to the board president and not an individual member of the board. Unless additional time is granted by the board president, please keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. And in addition, please note that this portion of the meeting is for public comment and not meant to be a back and forth. Board members of administration will not respond to questions or comments at this time. However, information will be provided as soon as possible.
Well said. And so we will open the meeting to public comment, on items on today's agenda. We'll move, should we formally close that?
Oh, you can do both together. Close them both together.
So we'll move right into public comment on items that have not been addressed on today's agenda. Okay. And so do I have a motion to close the public comment section?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Approval of board minutes, November 17th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right. Curriculum instruction program, items A and B. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Colon?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Finance. Mr. Jess, you've stacked the agenda with finance items, which I'm used to. Items A through W. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Colon?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Personnel, oh, excuse me. Missed school board operation. We do have an item in school board operation, which was noted by Mr. Cho earlier for preschool tuition. Do I have a motion for that?
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Colon?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, personnel, items A through N, inclusive of the amendment that was noted earlier in the meeting for item B. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Colon?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item 17, the second readings that were noted by Ms. Cohen earlier. 5 second readings. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Stanton?
Yes.
Dr. Porak?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Vice President Cho?
Yes.
President Colon?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. And we do not have a need for any closed session. And so before we motion to adjourn. I'd just like to wish everyone on behalf of the board and everyone sitting up here at the dais a very happy, wonderful, peaceful, relaxing holiday season. So I hope everyone enjoys it. With that, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. We are adjourned.